Rost. A lot has happened. So, I went inside the mountain. Do you remember the night before the proving? The final lesson you taught me? You said I needed to serve a purpose bigger than myself. Well, it couldn't get much bigger. It's the same purpose that drove Elizabeth and Gaia when they were willing to die for. So yeah, I'll do it. Give myself to that for Elizabeth and Gaia and for you. Well, I've got a master override to recover, so I guess I'll be on my way. Until next time, Rost.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Horizon Zero Dawn. Last time we finished up the Acquired Taste mission, the final side quest in the game. Today, let's talk. So, Horizon is a very big game. I've mentioned before that I like how it's not one of those thickly packed open world games with so much busy work and garbage to do in it that you get overwhelmed like some others do. Now, some maps are able to pack themselves very densely and effectively, but personally, I haven't seen many. Most of them I've played fill the map with too many distractions and it can get overwhelming pretty fast, so I soon try to forget they exist. That's not a jab at any specific series or games right now, even though I know I've done that in the past. Right now I'm just going to talk about only Horizon, so let's stay focused on that. This is a game that never feels the need to deliver more playtime by distracting you with lots of ignorable stuff to pad out your experience. It doesn't make you feel like you should have been collecting little things more often as you go through the game when you look back and see everything that you haven't done so far. Everywhere you go there are machines to fight, scenery to look at, places to explore, hunting animals and collecting resources. And I've never gotten tired of doing these things. As much as there is to do in Horizon, not much is especially important, and you can take things at your own pace when it comes to collecting. It's a game where you can get sidetracked with things that don't matter very easily, which is most evident when I go out of my way to pick flowers or grab more sticks. Obviously this content is nothing new in video games for decades now, but bear with me as I get to my point. The side quests have felt similar in a sense. It's not to say that quests have been unnecessary padding, because that's what all side quests are if we're honest, but they're very sparsely scattered about, and whenever I find them, I had the urge to do them immediately because that's how it felt with resource collecting. Do this now because you're going to keep moving on and probably never look back until it's too inconvenient to return. There's also been that lingering feeling that I have to finish a quest as soon as I find it because it might not be available later. I was never fully convinced that was the case here, as it doesn't seem like the type of game that would lock you out of story or lore, but it's something that happens in other games often enough that I've come to expect it with narrative-driven ones in particular. In spite of all that, however, I never felt specifically pressured or obligated to do any quests immediately as soon as I found them. I know that probably sounds very hypocritical, but I'm referring to the gameplay atmosphere here. Psychologically, I did feel the need to do quests immediately, but the game never pushed or even implied that it wanted me to do things as soon as I found them. I could accept multiple quests if I wanted and do them at my convenience, but I didn't do that, specifically because it made for a better video when I just focused on one story at a time. While there are things to get done in Horizon, the game holds itself back so you don't feel like you need to do them and you get railroaded into doing things immediately because there's too much in the game to put off until later. The side quests were numerous, I won't deny that, but they were also very spaced out at the same time. There weren't many that we found outside of cities and settlements, so those had a particular pull whenever we encountered them. Also, whenever you find a populated place, you might go toward it expecting to find another quest, but aside from major cities and towns, they had maybe one or two at most, and some of them had none. They might be used for another quest later on, but there were a few places we only walked by and never explored. Like other open world games, Horizon does have a variety of things to do, and one of those things is finding collectibles. However, the game never makes this feel important, and even breaks them into smaller sets so you can get rewarded for just finding enough parts instead of the whole collection. There is plenty to collect, but it's not an overwhelming amount, and it's all spaced out pretty evenly, and you won't look at a smaller number next to a larger number and feel like you haven't been finding much as you continue to increase your hours of playtime. I left a few things behind, but I don't feel bad about it, even though we're pretty much at the end of the game, because aside from one or two things, it was never a chore. If I didn't want to grab something immediately, it didn't really hurt that much in the long run. I could start a video or end a video by picking something up in the later half of this series, and it felt like I'd done enough for one day, because that's actually a large percentage of how many things in total I still didn't have. Also, dopamine is addictive, so that was motivational too. I've got a lot of stuff I've picked up through casual play, and even if I did plan to get 1 or 2 things at the beginning of a video, that's how I usually collect things when I play games on my own too. Just play around, do my own thing, collect a few stuff, and then I feel like I'm not completely ignoring the option, which leads to a subconsciously stress-free experience with the game. By the end of most large games when I play my own way, I'm probably around 60% in overall completion, but it's not the case at all this time. Since it's such a casually small amount of things left to get at this point, I figured it wouldn't be too much work to go looking for the last handful of things we don't already have. By the end of this episode, I'll have collected everything not already on our list. It'll still take a while for sure, but I actually want to go looking for these last little things we don't already have. So, let's go hunting. Now we're down here in this area. So, I'm gonna go over here to, not tutorials. Oh, hey, I got more tutorials, joy. Gonna head over to the notebook, check the metal flowers I collected both last episode and this one. Your poetry if you want it. There's not a lot that we need to collect. 8 metal flowers, 2 of the ancient vessels, and we're halfway done with the Banuk figurines for 3. Yeah, we're almost done. There's so little left that it feels like it would be a waste to not collect them. And it's not the first time that I've said it would be a waste to not finish the collection. Some of you out there who have been watching the majority of my work might remember Okami episode 79, I believe it was, where I said I would go after all the stray beads, and this is going to be another one of those. Obviously, you don't want to watch me go all over the map to collect everything there is, but I'm just going to go ahead and speed it up for you. Even if it's not that much left over, we do still have quite a bit to do, and I don't want to waste your time with me going over all this stuff and collecting it, so we'll speed this up. And if you're interested in any of the little bits of lore that come along with everything you collect, I'll be putting them right up on screen as soon as I collect them so that you guys can read or ignore however you please. Won't take up any more time, and I see what we're going for already. I have a feeling that I'm on the wrong side of the river to go after this thing, but this is the kind of stuff that gets cut out. Anyway, I'm done rambling here. Let's go ahead and finish up Horizon Zero Dawn. Not with the main quest, but with all the collectibles that are still going to be out in the world. Let's find what we can, which is going to be everything. There it is. The last one. All of them. We got all of them. And that's it. We have gotten all the collectibles. I mean, almost all of them, but there's some I admit I will not be getting. Why does this still have an exclamation point on him? I guess I didn't show that one. I thought I did. Anyway. There are a bunch of data points that I'm simply not going to go looking for. Because they don't really add a whole lot. A couple of them are funny, but for the most part, they don't really matter to me. So that's going to be the only thing I leave behind, and honestly, I'm not going to be too torn up about it. It's just extra little stuff that if you find them, good for you. But personally, I can't bring myself to care about those. But that's going to be it. There's only one thing left to do at this point, and it's not exactly quest related, but we gotta go turn these things in at Meridian. Here's the first one.
Back from the wilds. Find any Banuk relics?
Found all of them.
You ready? Let's trade then.
This is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine. Thank you so very much. You have nothing else to sell me. Just buyback, I guess, but no thank you.
The Banuk will be happy to get their treasures back. Let's see what you have. I pay well for Banuk figurines.
There's really nothing else, but you keep saying something different.
Let's negotiate. The Banuk will pay well to get their relics back.
Okay, I'm done.
Come on back if you find any Banuk goods.
That would be impossible. There's nothing left out there, and even if there was, you have nothing to offer me in the first place. Well, that's weird. He's selling off some strange items. I don't know why anybody would want any of this stuff, but okay. Yeah, that seems supremely useless to me. What do I want with baskets? Anyway. Somewhere around over in here, I believe. Yep.
Yes. I remember you. Did you find the vessels I seek? Yes. Trade quickly. I have work to do.
We've already received one from this guy. It was the last one. And we're done.
I will leave you to the hunt. Be sure to delve into the ruins. Perhaps your travels have taken you through ancient ruins?
We've spoken of it. We're done. We are very done. What about you? Do you have anything? I'll buy a special modification box, yay. Oh yeah, this is a unique box that's for the stranded items I've been collecting. Thanks. And then, what about the metal flowers? Is there somebody who wants the metal flowers? I did see a second merchant, but that's just a regular one. Is there another specialty merchant in this area? It looks like there's two over here. Oh, yep. Right there, flower collectibles. Place a waypoint. That direction. I don't know if I've ever spoken to this person. I feel like I have, but I don't even remember what they look like or why they want it.
Everyone needs a splash of color.
Yeah, I've never spoken to this person.
Come.
What did you want to talk about?
You were an outlander, no? An adventurer. I used to be one myself. I admit, I miss the beguiling colors of the wilds. Speaking of which, I wonder if you've come across a very special kind of flower. It's made of metal, like a machine. Other blossoms grow around them in amazing patterns. These gleaming beauties are very much in demand among my clients. If you bring me some, I have valuables to trade for them.
These metal flowers. What are they exactly?
No one knows, but some say they began sprouting 20 years ago when the machine started to go mad.
Oh, that's new.
Perhaps they grow from the tears of the sun, for he has many faces, does he not? Wrathful one day, cool and patient the next. Perhaps he weeps for our suffering when his anger breaks.
You said you were an adventurer.
Just so. The nobles of Meridian crave flowers for their balconies and gardens. So out I went, with bow and spear. I made my name by searching the wilds for the wildest blossoms. No bandit nor machine could keep me from those precious petals.
So what happened?
Love happened, my sweet. My paramour frets too much when I venture out. So now I collect flowers for those without such bonds.
Is it worth it? Being restrained like that?
Of course. Freedom is sweet. But the embrace of my beautiful Theridine sweeter still.
Theridine's a pretty name.
Ah, let us haggle over this beautiful bounty.
Bonus points for alliteration. Alright, 10 metal flowers, 10 metal flowers, 10 metal flowers. That's it, we're done.
Till we meet again, my noble Nora. A moment of your time, Outlander?
Nope, you've gotten everything I can possibly give you. What's this person want over here? Do you have anything unique? Not really. You sell stuff that I already have plenty of. I mean, I say that, but I have apparently never collected a Trampler heart, ever. There, I have one.
Good find.
I mean, what else am I going to do with my metal shards? Okay, so last thing we can possibly do here is treasure boxes. Got a few stuff in here that I've apparently not bothered to get. Okay, Banuk rewards are modification boxes. Okay, okay. More modifications, more modifications. The vessels are modifications. This is the stranded stuff, I believe. What? Thank you? I guess? Warm socks. Okay. Thank you for the warm socks. And now it's all the modifications that I apparently can't hold. Hold on, I'm gonna sell off a few modifications and then we'll look at all this stuff. All right, let's try this again, shall we? Warm socks, yay. Meat, yay. Whole bunch of modifications that, I mean, they're all green, so I probably won't use them. There's a few blues in there as well, but unless they're purple, probably not. No, there's one purple. Don't know what it was because I'm doing stuff on autopilot now. Oh, there's plenty of these. And now I have to sell off more. Because, you know, of course. And back at it. Anything new, anything new, anything new. I mean, there's all new stuff that I've never had before, but anything I want doesn't look like it. Okay, and this one just has a rock in it. That's awesome. Hold on. Gonna take care of this real quick. Can I not jump over here? That is so disappointing. Okay, fine. No, thank you. I've already done your work for you. You know what? This is fine right here. Go forth, Sebastian. Be free. Alright. There we go. No more treasure boxes. That's it for today. We've done everything that I could possibly consider to be putting off the last bit of story stuff. Next episode, there's nothing to do but story. I guess I could, technically speaking, look up the data points that are all over the world I haven't collected yet, but, you know, screw that. Screw that. We're not doing that. It's way too much. Just no. All the no's. I'm not doing it.
Come to gloat, Nora. Well, as you can see.
You can keep on being busy all you want, or at least claiming to be. That's it for today, everyone. See you next time when, obviously, the only thing we have left to do, the only thing that we will do, is story missions. See you then, everyone, and as always, take care.